Alright, so in this game we kind of check out a scoped weapons comp. Started with a sword, or I tried to start with a sword I think, but I think I didn't end up getting it. I got a belt instead. So not much to say in the early game, just kind of playing the normal openers. Scouting around, Mirage Electric Overload. Looking for a Namzi. Namzi's not a mage. So that probably means nobody's going to play Namzi because in the current meta, it's not mage. Generally, Namzi is not played. I did get an early Diana. I was thinking that's actually not bad for killing backlines in stage 2, right? Like you just get a Diana, jump on their carry in the back, get some free kills. So I was considering playing it. If I'd had like a Kiana or something, or Braum in this shop, I probably would have played the Diana. But since I don't have a lot of direction here, I just go with a Jade, couple Jade pair here. Yeah, not much to say for the beginning, just kind of hoping to get a really strong board. That's how I normally play, go for a strong board. No real direction, no money, so I just buy up the shop. Like I said, I would have played the Diana, but it's kind of a, if I had something to go with it. And here I get a Kiana, so I'm like, oh, could have played the Diana, oh well. Oh well, instead I got 3 Jade, which is a perfectly fine opener. It's actually pretty strong usually, especially if you can 2-star any of these units. Obviously the belt on the Karma is not where you want, not an ideal thing there. Things to think about when you're playing Jade opener, Shimmer Scale, because you got Jax already, so I probably want to pick up this Nasus. Olaf is always good because you have Wukong and Jax. Makes a natural pairing for Olaf's. But again, I have no pairs right now, so here I thought about wise spending. I definitely was not thinking about Dark Flight Crown. I don't like Dark Flight right now. So here is between wise spending, reroll, or scope weapons. And I'm like looking around. I'm like, anyone else playing like a Yone build? Any Olaf players? I said I didn't really see anyone playing warriors. I mean, it's only stage 2-1, so who knows? But it's like, all right, yeah, scope weapons. Let's give it a try. Don't need switch shots with scope weapons, which unfortunately there's 2 switch shots and a cannoneer in my shop. But like, oh, those don't work very well with scope weapons. So I just play a couple bruisers for frontline. Definitely do not expect to get any wins here with this weak board, but you know, we'll figure something out. Keep the Shimmer Scale. Thought about making the Infinity Edge, but a couple of things I thought about here. One, if I want to play Warriors, I'm probably going to have this Wukong on my board for a while, so I don't necessarily want to have him be an item holder. And then I don't want to put anything on Karma. I guess I could have made the Zeke's Herald on Karma. That would have been okay. But everything's 1-star, not going to get killed much anyway, so I didn't worry about it. If I ever hit a 2-star unit, I'll think more about slamming some items. But since my board is so weak, just kind of figured I'll just let it ride. Again, like my shop is all like backline units, Twitch, Ezreal, Aphelios, so not great with scope weapons too. Get a Wukong, get a Leona, some pairs. Not a whole lot of direction here. I was thinking Set. I can make him a Dragon Mancer with Karma. I don't think that's better than my current board though, so just let it ride. Just kind of sit for a while. Yeah, here I'm thinking about Zeke's Herald. But end up not making it. I don't think just buffing a 1-star Wukong and a 1-star Karma is going to make much of a difference, so just keep waiting. We'll see what I hit. This guy with the Dark Flight, this guy took Dark Flight Essence. Pretty strong. He's got 2 Protector's Vows. He's got a Rage Blade on his Rengar, so definitely not going to win this. I think I was looking at how much attack speed scope weapons gives to try to determine like if it's worth, like how does it compare to a Zeke's Herald. And scope weapons gives you 10% attack speed and the Zeke's Herald gives you 30. So that's just what I was thinking about there. How much, like relatively speaking, those different attack speed augments are. All right, here we go. First real upgrade. We got a 2-star Wukong. Again, I don't want to put items on him because I want to keep him on my board with a Yone or something or a Olaf. So, and I want them to hold the items, not Wukong. But at this point, I'm like, okay, now I have a 2-star unit. maybe it's worth making the Zeke's Herald. I was looking at how much base attack or damage Wukong does, so I was like, is it worth putting a crit item on him? I'm like, nah. I'm going to have enough units in the back line with scope weapons, I think, in the end. Zeke's Herald will be worth it, even though, again, it doesn't really do much right now. I don't want to backline any of my tanks. Like, that doesn't help me to get the Zeke's Herald benefit. Just going to make Econ here. Another player with a relatively strong board. I mean, he's got Astral Opener, but he's got 2.5 items slammed on in Italy, which are pretty good items. Clearly, he's got a Jade. He's clearly going to put those items on his Shiryu or something later on, or Siphon if he makes the Siphon, the popular Siphon Jade board. I hope I remember to sell my, sell for 10 interest there. So I'm holding some frontline units. Again, holding some Shimmer Scale options because I do have Jacks on my board. Leona can go with Yone, or she can go with Braum and Olaf. So those are the kind of units I'm holding right now. I was thinking a lot of options in this carousel. Sword, there's a Yone with a glove. In the end, I was thinking I really want to ramp up attack speed. Like, the Warriors already have pretty good attack damage in their kit, especially Olaf if he dies a lot. So I'm really thinking, like, I want to make a Rage Blade in the back line with either Olaf or Yone, whichever one I can hit early. But in this case, there was an Olaf with part of the Rage Blade on him, so I'm like, okay, well, that's an obvious pick for me. Definitely want to get this guy on my board. Don't need this Karma anymore. The Jade. No need to sack the Jade. Would love to make Econ here. Probably know I'm going to win. There's a Nasus in the shop, which, again, could be interesting if I get Shimmer Scale online, but at this point it doesn't do anything. Here I'm just thinking about how I'm going to make Econ. If I won, I was thinking I'll sell Nasus and keep the 2 Leonas. And then I see what I'm fighting, and it's like, well, I don't think I'm going to win. Then I started thinking about, like, well, what is Mirage? Like, do I want to play this Leona? I don't have any Yones yet. Then I realized, oh wait, Mirage is Electric Overload. So Electric Overload Yone with scope weapons, that's sort of anti-synergy. So I'm like, well, screw that. Let's go back to holding a Shimmer Scale. I think that's going to be better than Electric Overload. Again, scope weapons with Electric Overload, not... If it was like Duelist Dexterity or even Spell Sword or Warlords, then I probably would have held the Leona there. And here I'm like, oh man, if I win, I can make Econ. And I'm like, well, how important is Bruiser? Oh, actually, I already had Bruiser. I had 3 Bruiser in. So I'm like, yeah, this is slightly weaker. Obviously, Nasus is not a great tank, and Malphite was getting the Bruiser buff, so... Or he doubles the Bruiser buff because he's Bruiser himself. So this is weaker, but it basically guarantees I'm going to make Econ, so... I was thinking the war. Do I want Olaf safe from the corner, or do I want him outside? I'm like, oh, I want Olaf on the outside on the off chance that I win, because I want him to die for sure. But don't have to worry about that. Pretty much no chance I'm winning with my board. Super weak. That's fine. If I can kill a couple units, I'll be happy. It looks like I'm killing Skarner. That's great. Will I be able to kill the Nidalee? Looks like, yeah, kill the Nidalee. So great. Great outcome there for me. Got to keep my loss streak all the way through stage 2. Reasonably good econ, 30 gold. I mean, I don't have an econ trait in, so it's not like amazing econ or anything, but it's 30 gold. It's 5 loss streak. You know, we take those. I got an Olaf with a couple death stacks on him now. I think I got him on carousel, right? Yeah, so he's died twice. Not the ideal stage 1 Olaf or stage 2 Olaf, but, you know, good enough. All right, here we go. Make sure Olaf dies. Got a Yone. Yone and Olaf, I think, are the best in scope weapons or swift shot emblem style comp. So those are the guys that I want to be rerolling. I got some options over here on the left that I might want if I don't make econ, because you got Scale Scorn. You know, Sejuani can be a filler unit on any board. But don't end up getting a lot of gold here, so I think I sell sell the Diana. Not very exciting items. Can make it these gloves. Not going to slam a shroud this early, that's for sure. Not a lot going on in this shop. Again, I want Olaf on the outside so he has the highest chance to die and the off chance that I do win a fight. Again, not expecting to win anything with these units and items slammed, but it is what it is. I guess if I want to play strongest board, technically putting the Rakan in here over maybe like the Yone would have been better. Because that would give me 2 Guardian. Rakan's a pretty decent front line. Just gives my other 2 warriors in the back time to attack. So if I really wanted to play strongest board, if I was on a win streak, I probably would have wanted to put that Rakan in. But I'm on a loss streak. Doesn't matter that much, really. I don't think Rakan over Yone is going to make a huge difference. Here I'm actually killing some units. I'm like, oh man, am I going to win this? Oh, I'm like, oh, at least my Olaf will die. I'm like, wait a minute. My Olaf's not going to die. All right, well, at least I won. So I didn't lose Olaf, but at least I won. I think here I think about that Rakan. I'm like, man, let's just get that Rakan. There's no way I'm going to play Cavaliers. So this will at least give me... Rakan's a good frontliner. Got Mystic, got Guardian. Pandora's Bench, I was trying to figure out, I mean, I am going to be rerolling, like Yone and Olaf, like Pandora's Bench, maybe? I'm like, there's so many 2 costs and 3 costs in the pool, though. Like, it's not like rerolling the 4 cost dragons where there's only like 3 of them, or is it 3 or 4? 4 of them, I guess. There's too many 2 stars or 2 costs and 3 costs. I'm like, I'm not going to try to use that for rerolling. I'll just take a boring old Thief's Glove. Here I'm like, what's the strongest board here? Again, I like the Rakan. Just put an item on him for no reason. I probably should have put this on the Yone. Again, I was still thinking like between Olaf and Yone, whichever one I really get off first is the one I want to be my early item holder. Whichever one I get to 2-star, get a lot of copies of. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to Thief's Glove the Yone yet. Thinking he might end up being my main item carry instead, so that's why I didn't do that. Still holding out for a Shimmer Scale option. I don't know what the Shimmer Scale item is yet. I don't think I've seen anyone else playing it. I haven't been scouting, obviously, so it might be someone playing Shimmer Scale. I don't know. But got 2 Guardians, 2 Bruisers, and a couple Warriors in the back here. Still pretty weak. This guy's got a relatively strong board. He's got a Neela. I am 54 HP. Not where you want to be, but winning 3-1 didn't end up helping me much there. Just kind of broke my loss streak. There's a Diana. Could play Scale Scorn. I don't think Diana is great with skilled weapons. In fact, she's probably terrible with skilled weapons. I guess you don't have to put her in the back 2 rows. You can just put her in the front 2 rows. Yeah, because her shielding thing doesn't work very... Her ability doesn't work very well with like RFC or skilled weapons. I don't want to... I'm not super excited about playing Diana, I guess is what I'm saying. I want to lean more into Warriors. Move Rakan back a little bit because he doesn't gain rage from being attacked. No reason for him to take initial aggro. Lee Sin kicks my Nessus away, which is good. Assuming Nessus doesn't die before the kick, which... He actually did die before the kick, but I think Lee Sin still tried to kick him. So Lee Sin's kick failed. This is like best case scenario here. Everyone walks away from my back line. I actually killed this Lee Sin here. Nice. Did I win this fight? I don't remember if I won this. No. Olaf dies. No, don't win it. But, killed some units. That's good. Again, my shops have been really bad. Like, what am I going to do with anything in these shops? Like, is Skill Weapons Lee Sin a thing? Probably not. This guy's already playing Lee Sin anyway. I just have not been seeing Warriors or Bruisers for that matter. I haven't seen any Brahms. Alright, so here I make the Rage Blade. That's what I was wanting to make all along. Looking at my death stacks here, got, was it 4? So he's died 5 times. Yeah. 20 attack damage. So we got the attack speed now. We got backline, we got scope weapons attack speed, we got Zeke's hero attack speed, and we got Rage Blade attack speed. And we got the 80 from his death. So, like, on paper, this is a pretty good setup. Like, I got attack speed, I got attack damage. I don't really need lifesteal because they're in the back row. So just buying up bruisers and frontliners here. Doing a little bit of rolling. Just I'm so weak. I'm like, I gotta roll to be a little stronger. I'm thinking here 4 bruisers might be better. Yep, put that on there. Could have moved that guy in the back to give the second. I'm here. I'm like, oh, there's a Volibear. I'm like, I think I'm too slow. Oh, I see it. But then I'm like, wait, I still need to put one more shimmer scale item unit in. I'm like, wait, which shimmer scale unit? Wait, no, that was the wrong one. That was, I messed up there. But now I'm thinking, well, now I'm going to be playing NASA, so now maybe I do want this Recon. So I give up on the 4 Bruiser. Slam the Rage Blade, like I said. I'm like, all right, let's play Recon then. I don't need 4 Bruisers. Recon and NASA's can be my front line. And Jax. I mean, Jax stays in because he's Shimmer Scale. This guy, man, look at this. 2 Shimmer Scale augments. He's got pretty good Shiou items already. 3-5. 3 item Shiou, and then he's farming Shimmer Scale. That's a lot stronger than my opener. I haven't even seen any like potential things that could have made me stronger. I just kind of a low roll opener here. All right, so let's make sure we get Shimmer Scale on the board this time. Okay, there we go. I did see the Shimmer Scale item in that last round. I did notice that the other guy was playing it, and he had Draven's Axe. I'm like, oh, that's a great Shimmer Scale item. If it had been, some other Shimmer Scale item, I would have abandoned this approach once I saw it on the other guy's board. But I did see that it was Draven's Axe. I'm like, yes, that is a great Olaf item in the back here. At this point, I'm like, well, given the item drops I've had, and Olaf is already holding my items, I'm not going to worry about Yone as a primary item carrier, so I just end up putting the Thieves Glove on him at this point. Again, I thought about it earlier, which one I would 2-star first, which items I would get. At this point, I'm like, well, I'm just going to put my best items on Olaf, and Yone can hold these gloves. And God, we got to stop bleeding health. We're at 38 health. We got to slam something here. We got to win some rounds. So here's the guy who had Jade opener earlier. He doesn't have the Shiou yet, though, so he's kind of weak. Does have Knife Edge and Jade, so he's going to have a strong Jade board eventually. Don't want to sell to 30 years. I'm just like, well, I could play a Jace maybe at some point. There's a Silas. I will want to play Pantheon at some point. For 4 Warrior. And Silas is obviously a Bruiser. I'm just making sure my Olaf dies here. Which he should, since he's just 1 star. So maybe I should buy the Silas here when I get the Pantheon. We'll see what I end up doing. I don't remember what I do here yet. There's the Jax 2-star. Some more. I don't know, I kind of ran out of time here. I had a lot of stuff drop on me that I had to figure out. There, and then there's the Pantheon. It's like, crap. There's the Pantheon. Now I wish I had that Silas. But let's get him in here, right? For 4. So this was kind of hard, right? Like, I want to farm the Shimmer Scale. I have a really good Shimmer Scale item. But I also really need to get stronger. So I'm like, well, goodbye 2-star Recon. I really need this 4 Warrior. Yep, and there's the Olaf. So now at least I should not be like super weak. Again, I've always glows like just slam another Thieves Glove at this point. What am I going to do with 3 glows other than just slam another Thieves Glove? I forget if I do slam it or where I put it, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm buying units while I'm holding Draven's Axe. Not the best thing. I should buy at the end of the round, but it's a minor thing. So this guy's playing Karma. He doesn't have the jeweled whatever. Oh, he had a Thieves Glove, that's right. But he still needs the rod. But I beat him, so we're back on the positive. 2-game win streak at 38 health. But I still have a 1-star Yone. I still got 1-star like Pantheon with no items. I mean, this is not looking great, I have to say. Celestial Blessing is definitely an option, but again, all my carries are in the back, so it's not as important. I thought about Portable Forge, but I decided to reroll. Tiamat, I mean, I didn't think super long. The other options were pretty bad, so I just took it. And again, not exactly sure how good it is, but I am playing 4 Warrior, so just looking at my 80 stuff here. So I should sell stuff that I'm not going to play because I have the Draven's Axe. Yeah, so I'm just selling stuff. Hopefully I make this Thieves Glove, because what else am I going to do with these three gloves on the bench here? Yeah, here we go. Just put it on Pantheon. Again, it kind of sucks that my other 2 Warriors both have Thieves Gloves, so like when I do finish itemizing Olaf, I'm not going to have a good place to put my next set of damage items, but I'm so low on health. I just need to like slam whatever I can at this point. I could even have considered slamming the Shroud, but it's probably a little early for Shroud. I still gotta get another item on Olaf, so I don't want to put all my components yet. Close one here, but end up taking the win. 3-game win streak. Still at 38 health. Farming up some, whatever this Draven's stacks. So, I mean, I'm stable, but this is not a win out position. Like, my board is not like so strong that it's going to win out. So I'm like still really worried about my health here. Like, if I hit an early Olaf 3, that like, okay, maybe then I could win out. But again, I shouldn't be holding units till the end of the round here. Same mistake I made before. Start scatting around. I think I saw that Lee Sin. I'm like, well, I don't want to get my frontliners kicked back into my warriors. So I'm like shimmying over here to the left so that if I do get kicked by Lee Sin, it'll go away from like Olaf and stuff. And then I'm like, well, where can I put this guy so he doesn't get kicked by Lee Sin? I'm like, maybe there. Plus that, if there's any Zyra players, they'll still hit my backline. I guess it doesn't really matter, but move Volibear up one just in case. So it wasn't the Lee Sin player. It's someone who looks like he's trying to do a dragon board. He's pretty weak. He hasn't really converted yet, so this is a good time to fight him. Looks like we're doing pretty good. Got his Easy Rod pop out from the Thieves' Claws, which is good. And yeah, 4-game win streak. Now I buy up. Yeah, again, I did it right that time at least. Didn't spend my gold until the end of the round. Looking at my spat that I got here, I'm like, does Cavalier do anything? Like, my units don't move. I guess I could put on a frontliner, but I don't even have a second Cav. So I don't have a lot for that spat to do. What are we looking for here? I think I'm the third Olaf item. So he's got attack speed, he's got attack damage, he's pretty much got what he needs. Have a couple options here. I could have gone for the Last Whisper. I end up going for the... Yeah, I'm looking at my 80. I'm like, that's a lot of base 80. That's a good Infinity Edge. That's a good Infinity Edge. Here I'm trying to figure out if Infinity Edge affects Tiamat. I'm like, deals 50% of their damage. So the way I read it is it'll deal 50% of the crits, right? So if it crits, it'll do more damage on the Tiamat. So I'm like, okay, that seems like it'll work out. So I got base AD, I got attack speed, and now I have crit. So it seems like a good Olaf build, I think. I don't know if I played this particular comp exactly like this before, but it seems good. Here I start re-rolling at 80 to try to find Olafs and Yones. And the other stuff like Pantheon. Ended up at the Silas that I sold earlier didn't end up biting me because I wouldn't really have anywhere to fit it on my current board. So I do want to get Whispers in for the armor shred, but that's the other reason I wasn't as interested in making Last Whisper, because eventually I'll have Whispers for armor shred. So Lee Sin, yeah, it's Eye of the Storm, Dragonmancer Lee Sin, Dragonmancer Emblem Lee Sin. He doesn't have great items. I mean, the Hodge is good, but he doesn't have any other amp going on. But he still beats me. I mean, like I said, I was worried that I wasn't going to win out. So it's not a win out position. So I'm like, 28. But there's people below me. One person's already dead. I'm like, okay, top 4. We can get a top 4. That's the goal for this at this point. Low in health, not super strong. I'm like, okay, let's just try to get a top 4. At this point, I don't want my Olaf to die anymore. I just need to get as many wins as possible, so I shift him over to the corner. There's a Silas. Yeah, gonna need that eventually. It's hard to level, though. It's hard to figure out how to put this on my board right now. I'm also holding a Braum. Like, I guess Scale Scorn would be fine on Olaf. It's probably not a lot of damage amplification, but yeah, I'm just looking to shroud somebody off my Thieves' Gloves. I don't know if I do. No, messed it up. So there's the karma. He did get the jeweled, I forget what the name of that augment is, but he's got the one that gives crit. So he does have spell crit, jeweled, whatever. Like, he clicked too fast, but then he has a Draven's Axe on it. So he's got 2 good karma items in the right augment. But Scope Weapons was able to get him from the back corner, which is good. So again, I'm winning some, I'm losing some. I'm not expecting to win out. There's gonna be some strong comps. I mean, there's one guy at 91 HP and another guy at 86. I know at least someone was playing like a 4 dragon board, and once that guy hits, probably know I'm gonna beat him. So I'm still worried that I won't get top 4 just because like I will have hard matchups eventually. But at least I have something that's working here. So I thought about Last Whisper. I thought about Blue Buff on Yasuo if I get him, but yeah, If I could have put the static shiv on the Yone, then maybe, but no, he's already got 3 items. No, I don't need those. Don't need Zonias. So here I'm like, okay, I think I want to get out of Shimmer Scale eventually. Like, I don't want this Nasus and Volibear on my board. So I'm like, I will need a 3rd item for my Olaf. So like, Death Defiance, great. And then it also gives me a Sunfire Cape. So I could have been greedy and got, rolled more. I have definitely have gold I could be rolling for better items. So here I'm trying to figure out, at this point, do I want to put in Silas and Braum over Nasus and Volibear? Like, I lose the 80 ADE from Draven's Axe and the benefit of the, the items and the gold that you get from it. But I'm like, screw it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I lose 80 AD on Olaf. No big deal, right? Now I put him on the outside because he can tank with Death Defiance for anyone who walks up. Don't really need Jax's anymore. I'm not exactly sure. I just haven't figured it out yet, I think. There's the Silas I need eventually. Now I can roll past 80 gold. One benefit of getting out of Shimmer Scale, I can roll a lot more here, which I did need to do, so that's good. I just need to slam the Sunfire Cape. Hopefully I remember to do that. I'm like, oh, 3 Brewster. I don't need this Jax anymore. Like, here. Hold a Sunfire Cape for now, please. All right, what are we fighting against? This is the other guy who was strong. He hit really early. He hit that Shioyu really early. He was putting in Shimmer Scale really early. But man, look at this. Olaf. He's coming online. He's got 3 items. He lost his Draven's Axe, but he's online. 4 Warrior, Tiamat, Scope Weapons. Yeah, 3 Bruiser. I'm like, whoops, that Jax shouldn't be in my comp anymore. Unless I want to go 4 Bruiser, which is why I picked up the Malphite, but I'm not going to level here. I got a 3-star Olaf before I level, so there's really no point in thinking about 4 Bruiser. Got a ZZ Rot to put on the outside of my Warrior clump here, but then I realized, oh wait, 2 Zeke's Heralds is better. Like, why is this Jax on my board? I guess he's 2-star, and he's got, look at my front line. It's really weak. I guess that's why he's still there. I'm like, well, should I play 1-star Jace? The nice thing about Jace is he adds AD and AP, so he gives a really good buff to Yone and Olaf. It's not a lot. I mean, it's just killed 1, but I mean, Jax wasn't doing that much either, so. Get a nice little CC chain going on here. Got knocked up, got Bard ulted. Got knocked up again by Shioyu. Close. Again, I was worried about this. His Dragon player luckily hasn't hit like his 2-star Aoshin, so he's not like super strong or anything, but I'm like, yeah, Dragon boards are going to beat me. Probably. Unless I get 3-star this Olaf. Sitting in the bottom of the pack here. I mean, I'm still playing for top 4 at this point. Pantheon 2 is good. It's more Olaf. Keep rolling. Chase, whatever. He's on my board. May as well buy him. Prom, yeah. Another Pantheon. Don't think I'm going to 3-star Pantheon on level 7, but it's more Olaf stuff. I don't know. I sold the wrong unit there. I should have sold these Pantheons. I still need to 2-star my Silas. But I was panicking, running out of time. I'm like, I really need to hit this Olaf. Pantheon 3 is a pipe dream. That's not going to happen. Still playing Wukong, which is not ideal. There's this Lee Sin that's killed me every time I fought it. Looks like it's going to kill me again. Again, super worried. Not a win out comp. Now I'm in 7th place with 7 HP. Yep. Not looking good. Not looking good. I have no gold, basically. Oh, 12 gold. Oh, yeah. Really 18. I'm just holding these 2 stars for a better chance of hitting Yone. Or 2 costs. So there's a Yasuo. I could get frontline items. Not a lot of good frontline items. There's not Thieves' Gloves. Don't need any more damage items. I don't have anyone to hold them. So yeah, let's get rid of Wukong. Let's put in Yasuo. I don't know. I was like, I don't know how Scope Weapons Yasuo ends up working out, but it's got to be better than a Wukong, however it ends up working out. Wukong has outlived his usefulness here. Alright, gotta keep rolling. Gotta hit. There's this Silas that didn't get punished there. I just gotta hit these warriors. Oh, there we go. Okay. Whew. Exactly 0 gold. Well, 3 gold after I sold the Wukong, but I did hit Olaf. I'm like, what happens if you reforge a spatula? I never actually tried that. Oh, I got a sword. Okay, well, here. Silas, you have a sword. It's better than a spatula. That's basically all I can say. Do some basic movement stuff. Try to get away from those units I saw on the right-hand side, so I have more time for my scope weapon stuff to go off. So this is about what we want. I mean, we got everything except for Yone. I mean, like obviously Yasuo, but there's no way I'm gonna get Yasuo 3 or Yasuo 2 at level 7 probably. So, but look at Olaf, man. He's cranking. He's cranking. 9,000 damage Olaf. So you know, 7 health. Again, I'm still worried that I'm gonna fight a really strong board and just get knocked out. Like that's. I'm like, oh god, can I get 4th? I'm like, the guy above me has 29 hit points. I gotta survive long enough for that guy to get knocked out. Ugh. Like above him at 40, I'm like, man, this looks bleak. My comp is good, but it's not like amazing. I'm trying to position this Zephyr that I got off the Thieves' Clothes here. I'm like, okay, Zephyr something. Again, I'm not worried about assassins. Olaf has Death Defiance, so like I'm not worried about Zephyring his assassin. I'm more bored about just Zephyring his front line. So I think I try to get the Swain here. Is it Swain? It is. Okay, so he Zephyred the Swain. Oh, that's what I was trying to do. And again, assassins against Olaf with Death Defiance. I'm like, okay, yeah, oh yeah, you go there, assassins. That's really hurting. No, yeah, took care of the assassins. So clean that up. I don't even know if Zephyring the Swain would have mattered there. Cleaned up pretty badly there. I'm like, okay, this guy needs to die by a lot, so he gets knocked down. I'm like, I'm not even sure who's who on this board. It's just so many units still. I don't know who I'm rooting for. I mean, I want SJ Mac to die, but I don't know which units are his. Just a brawl here. And he did die. Okay, so 12. So now we're pretty close. So now even if I die on the next fight, if I die by a few units, you know, I could still beat this SJ Mac guy and get 4th if he dies by more. So I'm like, yes. 4th place is in sight. It's in my scope, in my sights. Three damage items. Well, 2 damage items. Well, 2 like DPS carry items, and then I only have 1 slot. I have 1 slot on my Yasuo. So I have option to either put Deathblade or Edge of Night on my Yasuo. I'm like, well, I think the CC is more important. I'm going to put that Edge of Night on my Yasuo, and then hooray, I have a Deathblade for somebody who can't use it. Try to increase my Yone odds here. Buy up some random 2 costs. Again, try to increase my Yone odds. Roll. No. Alright, well. It's not a high roll game. It is a let's get top 4 game. And yeah, here's like, okay, that's definitely the best thing for that guy. Who should hold this Deathblade? Sure. You can hold this Deathblade. So I got my guy spread out for the Shroud here. Looks like the Jade board. Shroud that. I have no idea our relative strengths here. He's got the Jade Whispers comp online here. So I'm like, is that better than my comp? I have no idea. Find out. His shield use got the Edge of Night, so I move off of it. But then I kill everything else and come back to it. So apparently this is stronger than the Jade Whisper board, at least that version of it. Surprisingly. So I'm like, still holding on. Oh, I'm in 4th. So the guy who was right above me died. So all right, mission accomplished. We got 4th. Keep donkey rolling for this one Yone. No. Can't hit. I'm like, crap. Here's where the run ends. Dragonmancer, Eye of the Storm, Aoshin. Let's make sure we shroud it. Let's make sure that Olaf has the best chance of targeting it by putting him right below it. Best chance that Olaf will attack the Aoshin. I just gotta kill it quickly. I can't let it get multiple casts off. So I did what I can do. It's got Sunfire, it's got Shroud, and Yone is looking right at it. Olaf is looking right at it. So we'll see. At least he has Death Defiance, so like he can. God, he's stunned though. Oh god. Okay. He's still taking from Death Defiance. Keep attacking. Oh man, that was close. That was close. I'm like, I beat the Dragon board. Interesting. Or the Dragon Mancer board. I think that was the guy who was playing Lee Sin before. I don't know what happened to the 4 Dragon comp. I guess it never came online and got knocked out. Oh, hey, finally. Yone 2 on 6-3. What a high roll. Or Yone 3 on 6-3. What a high roll. I'm like, okay, well now I can go level 8, I guess. What do I put in for my next unit? I'm like, I don't know. Just doing some positioning here. Doesn't matter a whole lot. Again, I'm not worried about this board. Like assassins, okay, whatever, buddy. Just as long as they're on Olaf, they're not going to do a whole lot. He moved away from the Zephyr. Wait, I don't have a Zephyr this time. He moved away from the Shroud. But I still have Sunfire on him. All the assassins are just wailing away on Olaf. Yeah, you guys have fun with that Death Defiance Olaf. Alright, well, you know, still alive. I figured I'll put Shapeshifter in on 8, because what else am I going to put in at this point? Alright, again, all I have space for is frontliners. Like a Shroud. Could take a, you know, whatever, I'll just take a Zephyr. None of these items seem that important. I can't put another Thieves Club on anyone. I guess I could put on Gnar when I level up, but that's not worth it. Late game Zephyr Cheese, always good. I'm on a win streak here at my 7 health, you know. I thought I would just end up fighting some strong board and get knocked out, but it hasn't happened yet. I've been beating these other boards. I could beat this guy's board, I beat the Darkflight board. And I beat the Ocean board once, although it was super close, so definitely no guarantee I'm going to beat it again. Just doing the positioning here. I think I'm just like, well, I'll just swap sides, why not? Here I'm trying to Zephyr something. I think I'm Zephyring the Shioyu is what I was thinking. Yeah, Zephyring the Shioyu. Like, I don't know. There's just a clump of units up there. Which one should I Zephyr? I don't know. Guess I'll Zephyr Shioyu. I beat this board pretty handily last time, so we'll see how it goes this time. It's looking pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of guys coming over here, but again, this Death Defiance has been working out great. Nobody's been able to get through this Olaf. Shiryu's doing work, though. Oh, you know, he almost killed my Olaf. Still got a Yasuo, though. Oh, he did kill the Olaf. Oh. Still got Yone and Yasuo, though, so... I don't know if the Electric Overload Mirage came into effect there at all, but I do have Mirage, too. Alright, swap that guy. I'm thinking about I could like sell my Silas to do a drop-in Zephyr. I'm like, could do that. But then I'm like, oh wait, he's Eye of the Storm. If I want to Zephyr him, I can Zephyr him. But do I want to Zephyr him? Like, I thought about it for a little bit. I'm like, I don't think I do want to Zephyr it. Like, I'd rather, like, killing the rest of his units doesn't matter. Like, I don't want to be focused on them when he comes back down. So I'd rather just Zephyr some other random unit and just have Olaf focus on the Ashen. Unfortunately, I think Olaf looks at Lee Sin here. No, he targets the Ashen. Okay. So this is what I wanted. We'll see if it's enough. CC chain on my Olaf. That's like Olaf's one counter right now is CC, but you know, he kills the Ashen. Live to fight another day. 7-game win streak. Somehow. This Olaf. Been carrying my butt. And look at it, the other guy got knocked out, so now I'm in 2nd place. Like, it's a long way to go to knock this other guy out, though. He's at 61 hit points. And this is the guy I just fought. So, you know, it's been close. At this point, I'm like, he's level 9. He'll probably get some upgrades. Like, there's really nothing I can do to upgrade my board at this point. I'd have to kill him, like, 5 rounds in a row or something on stage 7. I'm not sure exactly how much damage you take on stage 7, but I have to kill him quite a few times. But, you know, I'm happy. I was happy to get a 4th. I was happy to get a 3rd. I was happy to get a 2nd. So I'm happy. Holding this one Silas in case I want to do a drop-in Zephyr. But again, like, I know where his units are. And again, I don't really want to Zephyr his Ashen. I want to kill it. Shapeshifter. Give him a nice Warmogs bonus there. So I won last fight. So it's up to him to change something. I mean, he's probably getting stronger at level 9. So who knows what... I'm like, oh, I need to make sure I Shroud him. I don't know why my Shroud's over here. So that's the one thing I need to do correctly. And then I'm just like, well, I think he had a 2-star Yasuo on the right side. Yeah, so I actually did Zephyr the Yasuo. That's what I wanted to Zephyr. And then he did move his guy, which was smart of him. So he's no longer in that Tempest Square, but now my Olaf is not targeting the Ashen. And yeah, that's it. His positioning made the difference. Again, I was super happy with the top two there. So good game. Scope weapons Olaf. You know, it was a nail biter, but in the end we did it.